I was exhausted that night, the kind of exhaustion that settles deep into your bones after a long day. My family was already asleep, the house quiet except for the soft rhythm of breathing. I had just closed my eyes when I heard it, the knock. At first I thought I'd imagined it, but then it came again, louder this time, persistent. Groaning, I sat up, rubbing my temples. Who would come at this hour? I stumbled to the door and opened it a crack. There he was, my neighbor, disheveled and anxious, his face pale in the moonlight. "I need your help," he blurted out. "A friend of mine just arrived from a long journey. He's starving, and I have nothing to give him. Please lend me some bread." I blinked at him, barely processing his words. "Do you know what time it is?" I hissed. "My children are asleep. The door's locked. I can't just get up and rummage through the kitchen." "I know," he said, his voice trembling, "but I have nowhere else to go. Please." I shut the door, leaning my head against it, hoping he'd take the hint and leave. But he didn't. The knocking started again, louder, more insistent. I clenched my fists, anger flaring. Didn't he understand? It wasn't just inconvenient, it was reckless. If he woke the children, it'd take hours to get them back to sleep. But the knocking didn't stop. It grew louder, relentless, pounding not just on the door, but on my pride, my excuses, my sense of entitlement. Finally, I threw the door open. "Fine," I growled. "Wait here." I grabbed bread from the pantry and shoved it into his hands. "Take it and go." He smiled, a weary, grateful smile, and disappeared into the night. Now, as I think back on that moment, I realize how much it mirrors our relationship with God. How often do we approach him in desperation, feeling like a nuisance, afraid we're asking too much? And yet Jesus taught us to knock, to ask, to seek, not because God is reluctant, but because persistence reveals the depth of our trust. In today's world, people are too quick to give up on prayer, on relationships, on hope itself. But this parable reminds us, don't stop knocking. Whether you're the one in need or the one being asked, persistence matters. Sometimes the answer comes not because it's convenient, but because persistence breaks through walls of pride, fear, and doubt. The real bread we seek isn't just for the body, it's for the soul. So knock boldly, keep asking, keep seeking. You might just find that the door swings open when you least expect it.